NU Lady Bulldogs, Belen Alinsug. It will be actually Sheena Turing as one of their middle blockers alongside Solomon Lamina as the libero. Meanwhile, for the FEU Lady Tamaraws, Bacanque, Ubaldo, Tagaod, Petalio, Asis, Jazz Eliorina will also make our correspondence at the sidelines. Julia, we're in for possibly a long one based on how it happened last round one, but we know that FEU is on a high right now with a 2-game winning streak. Meanwhile, NU will be locked in hopes of getting back on the winning column.
And like what we were talking about earlier, Dip, in the pre-game, we're now seeing Jazz Eliorina starting for FEU.
She is, as you mentioned, a former NU Lady Bulldog.
Yes.
Back in season 85. We have a long rally to start this one for the first
As
point.
expected.
And it will be Sheena Turing getting the first point for NU.
We're seeing early.
Just move forward. They rise, they respond, and they fight for what's theirs. Watch this game on any device in the Philippines or abroad on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now. Now back to you, Dip and Julia.
Thank you, Denise, for that report. That's Igsu had a 20-point output in their round one match. Already has 2 points. Belen.
Wow. See how...
10-all. 5 deadlocks. Alinsug. Nice save from Ubaldo with that stretch. It goes back to the side of the Lady Bulldogs. But they give up a free one. Encarnacion with a bump set to Faida. Ardio was there. Solomon. And it goes through for Eliza Solomon.
Eliza Solomon also just powering through those 2 blockers. Take a look at that replay. Another out-of-system set here.
Solomon serving for NU 13-11. Tin will have to run after that ball. They go to Tagaod. Alinsug with a dive and save. That one rolls towards the antenna for a point.
Round, as she was one of FEU's top scorers last season, and you know, it's great seeing her back here for FEU.
Back at the service line. Ubaldo calls for assist. That is blocked by Bella Belen, who knew exactly where it would go. Here in set number 1. Good serve. Petalio. Chers will push. Lamina will set it up. Belen. It drops for Bella. And a 4-point lead now for the Lady Bulldogs.
Bella Belen just using the hands of her blockers on that hit. Tempo of the game inside. And see how, of course, take advantage with 3 spikers in the front row.
That one popped up by Alinsug though. Belen. Tagaod was there. Miranda on the back set to Loresco. That is saved by Eliza. Back row for Alinsug. Nothing there. Play continues. Lambs to Belen, who fires one up and puts NU up by 5.
It's a great set coming from Lamina, going for Belen in that sequence.
Miranda goes to Asis, trying to stop the bleeding. Solomon, nobody there to pick it up. And they continue to build on this lead.
In that sequence, going for the drop ball, and you're not able to control that.
Lamina goes to the hot hand, but Miranda able to save it. Loresco. Alinsug was there. Belen again. And Miranda again for the pickup. Petalio will give up a free ball. Lambs, who will she go to? It's Belen finding the opening. Sinimplean lang.
Simple lang talaga that was.
Ubaldo serving. Lamina tosses to Solomon.
And that goes in.
There was a touch. Their team down by 4, but they're not yet out Oh, but a solid hit from Eliza Solomon will put NU at set point.
Eliza Solomon is just fired up in this first set. As we look at that replay, what a powerful hit.
24-19, it's 5 set points. Ubaldo to Eliarina, Belen for the pop-up. Alinsug, pin, back sets, reverse to Bacanque, it works.
That was a long hit coming from
Pons, back to serve. Lamina goes back to Solomon, and Eliza still alive. A redo. That's a bit tight. Cardio was there to cover. Alinsug will try. It's blocked. Denied by Jean Assis.
another block coming from Jean Assis. As we look at this replay, medyo malayo na, is now 2 points away.
Oh, they're more than halfway there. 3 straight points, 2 to go. NU looking for the final point, and it ends finally with Eliza Solomon's spike. They've been going to her, not giving up, and she delivers for that set 1 win for NU.
See more from that on the side of FEU.
As we begin set number 2 here on One Sports on the UAAP Varsity Channel and on Pilipinas Live, Dim Tipianco with Julia Coronel covering. They're trying to get back here, but for her, as mentioned in that report, it's part of the journey, right?
Yes.
Losing before you get to the championship, it is part of what you go through. And now we get the support from 5-all. Another close start to a set, much like set number 1. That goes over, but Lamina gets the point.
That was a reset.
Good point, dahil nga back row. And that's not allowed, right, as a setter?
As long as your hand does not go over the net, the tape of the net, then that might have been a legal move apparently.
As Alinsug makes sure of a clear point.
The middles for FEU who have been working.
Lamina goes to Pangilinan on the runner, which sends us to the first technical timeout. Inis na yung mukha ko after
Mukhang
that.
isa pa daw.
3 straight. Wala na. Lamina
Interception.
to Belen.
Wow!
What a response!
That was a statement hit coming from her there. Great combination play orchestrated by Lamina. And as we are seeing now, Jazz Eliarina in the front row for FEU.
Pick your poison. Jean at the back, Jazz at the front. Belen, easy over. Chance, Eliarina. Cardio was there. Solomon, powers that one.
Great hit coming from Eliza Solomon. I'm speechless after that hit. You just see a lot of power coming from her. Traffic per set. Being able to control the offense on the side of NU.
Now Solomon gets another point.
As I'm saying that, Eliza Solomon continues to make noise here for...
Another good serve. Pangilinan with a response.
Great answer back there by Arian Pangilinan. You know, nasa check na rin talaga yung wings of NU. He's now playing opposite hitter once again.
While we're at it, we also have some players from FEU who are part of the pool. That was just released for Las Pilipinas, by the way.
Yes, a lot of great talent we're seeing here today for Philippine volleyball, both on FEU and NU.
Rally continues. Tagaod, that's a bit too high. Pono goes back row to Belen. And Bella likes that one.
With a little bit of spice in that last hit of hers. You take a look at that replay. Yes, I would say that's just really her way of celebrating every time she would make a point.
Lalo na pag maganda yung set mo, no? Ubaldo goes to Bacanque. Cardio was ready for it. Free ball. Petalio goes left side to Tagaod. That goes back to her on an unintended facial.
Access denied.
Serving 18-15. Pono goes to Alinsug. And Vange reminds everyone that she still is an option.
She's still here. Vange Alinsug with a hit.
Pangilinan with a nice serve. And a service ace delivered by Erin Pangilinan.
Great serve. Quite the tall player converted into an opposite hitter for FEU as we see back-to-back service aces coming from Erin Pangilinan.
From getting set number 2. Lamina goes to Alinsug. Dug by Encarnacion, but a free ball. Lams transfers to Solomon, and Eliza scores.
I think FEU here
Has a couple of points for NU and gets that serve in. Ubaldo hesitated, but they keep the ball alive. Chance though for NU, and Solomon capitalizes and ties the game up at 23-all. 4 blocks
wow,
for Jazz
already.
Oh!
But you see the answer back there by Eliza Solomon.
For FEU, it's Jazz Eliarina. Lamina, Alinsug, denied!
Wow, that is, I mean, what a way.
So we begin officially set number 3. Based on the numbers that Julia explained, nabawasan yung errors for both teams. And we saw how the attacking of FEU really improved in set number 2.
Back to you, Julia.
Thank you, May, for that report. It was right beside Jean, actually. Great to know how she's being really a good veteran and ate to this squad on her 4th playing year already.
Relax lang. Isa-isahin lang natin. Magtulong-tulong tayo at huwag tayo magwatak-watak. For her, this game is a chance to grow and she hopes to see that in her team not letting chances slip away. Despite that set loss, Dip and Julia, what we're seeing right
Back inside the big dome. FEU holding on to this 2-point lead. Lamina goes to Solomon on a cross court and goes inside.
Cutting it short. But on the side of NU, it's an advantage to them.
Belen with a dig. Solomon is
Great coverage.
check. FEU players got lost momentarily. Chen. Assist.
Great reaction there by Jean Asif. Over the left side nila, so she just went in for that.
Here in set number 3. Tin goes to Jers again. Solomon with a denial.
They are able to control their first ball, so they just need to convert off of their attacks.
They're trying to stop this run by NU, who have scored 4 straight points. Trying to make it 5. And then Insug does so. Defense, no? Dahil kumakagat sila sa depensa. I mean sa mga middle blocker if they're able to score. Meanwhile, Solomon, you have to keep an eye on her. Lead of NU down to a single point. Lamina sets up Alinsug. She's fine after that swing. Petalio tries. Ardia says no. Vange again. No problem. A-okay.
Yep, she's definitely okay. Too far out here for FEU.
By the way, the block earlier by Jazz Eliarina was her 5th rejection of the game this time. They clean her contact on the ball for Faida Bacanque. 15 points now for Jean Assis.
She's been going for those short hits earlier on, and now she's going long with her attacks.
Last second pickup by Alinsug. Lucky break for NU as FEU couldn't take advantage. And Solomon finds the mark. 1 point lead for the Lady Tamaraws. Ubaldo. Bacanque will increase that again and puts FEU at a 20-point mark.
Defense ng NU.
Befriending the net on that one.
Wow.
And Solomon breaking the block.
What an answer there by Solomon for NU.
20 points for Eliza Solomon.
Already?
Already.
Wow.
Tagaod. Nice dig from Lamina. Hardio goes to Eliza. Trickles to the side of FEU, but Ubaldo was able to stretch. Redo for NU. Alinsug hammers that one. One set apiece, 20 all. Virtual race to 5 here in set number 3. Buhay pa. Not anymore. As another point coming. FEU down by 1 point. It's Bella Belen on deck to serve. 21-20.
Great serve.
Miranda to Loresco. Picked up. Lamina on the bump. To Alinsug. Met by Loresco. Orsina checking if that was challengeable. Tagaod gets the ball back. We go on. Bit low for Turing. Miranda, that is way too low. NU asking for a double contact. Vange. Long rally alert. Walang hulugan.
Wow.
And kept alive.
Wala pa rin.
What a dig by Petalio and Hardio. Back and forth. No. No. Oh, what a sequence. Monares with the pickup. Lamina.
What a long rally there. And a great finish from Vangeline Sog. As you take a look at that replay, they've been going back and forth in offense and defense.
In a moment as Bella Belen ready to serve 22-20. Ubaldo sending it over. And that is out in the opening set. Pinasok siya to serve. It's in. Ubaldo goes to Asis. Nice save from the rookie, Marsh. Play continues. Ubaldo to Petalio. Again, Celine was there. Vance runs after the ball. Tin to Asis. And she scores. It drops. And another tied game.
Nope.
Not for FEU, not for Tin. She trusts Jean Asis. And Asis doesn't waste it. Solomon, meanwhile, knows a thing or two about finishing points.
After that last hit, we hope it's nothing.
But NU serving for the set. Ubaldo goes to Eliarina. Saves a set point. In the middle's back at it.
And that's what's been consistent here.
This is what happened in set 2. Also in set 3 of their round 1 matchup. Alinsug, her attack picked up by FEU. Redo, second try for Vange.
Wow.
Won't be denied this time.
Great combination play there.
Set point. Second set point for NU. Good first ball. Tin goes to Jazz. Slow down. Here comes Belen. Off the block and out. And Bella Belen gets the final say here. On the UAAP Varsity channel and on Pilipinas Live. We begin with an ace, courtesy of Camila Lamina.
But if there's one thing that the NU Lady Bulldogs strive on, it's intensity, and they know how to bite back. And talking about bouncing and biting back, Vange Alinsug will always be ready to deliver. And for her, in tight games, whether you are gaining momentum or is trailing back, wag magre-relax, wag kakakampante. No, let.
Faida again. Monares, let that sail out. Good read. Thank you, May, for that report. Let's see if FEU will be able to get another win here in the Big Dome. Right now, they are down by 1 point, 24 points.
Wow.
Bacanque gets one. Tin goes to Tagaod. Scores and ties the game up again.
For that hit.
9-8. Here in set 4. Ubaldo to Tagaod. Jen answers right back. And we have already 8 deadlocks.
Wow. I mean, as expected, Dib. we expected this.
Set back, but it went out.
Just opened up that area for her.
Short serve. And it's still playable. Solomon!
Wow.
Faida chases, and as well as Monares, but not enough time. Sheena Turing with that one. Literally hitting a brick wall. But that was actually credited to Eliza Solomon. Now has 28 points. Ubaldo goes to Panangin. Eliza goes long. Pump set to Petalio. And it drops for Jers. In set number 3, and that was her first point here in set number 4.
And NU just being able to control her output. Wow!
Ooh. Down the line!
Grabe yun, Alay. Oh my, that was...
Bacanque answers. Dug by Bella Belen. Clapping after that. And again, Eliza Solomon ain't done yet. Against the team that my partner played for. FEU will get one. Coach Tina really
pushing NU to 5 sets, and that's what they're hoping for today. But NU...
Yeah, this is a tall mountain to climb, but it could start with a couple of points. Eliarina being activated again for her 13th point.
You know, FEU is just wanting to build some momentum. They're 6 points away.
Lamina goes to Vange. Slowed down. Petalio goes up for it. It's still going. Eliarina. Lams. Vange with some power in that. Kept alive by FEU. Another free ball for NU. Lamina. Back to Alinsug. Still nothing. Isa pa. And it's... But if they could mount another 4-0 run, that will be huge. Let's see what they do here. Panique back on the floor. Pangilinan. Pin. Goes middle. And Jazz will get the point. 15-20 here in set 4.
Anything can still happen here, Dip.
Hardia goes to Panique. Denied. Closed by the Bacanque.
From tying things up with NU.
16-20. Solomon. Still playable. Free ball. Second try for the Lady Bulldogs. Solomon again. Not yet, says Eliarina. Petalio. Hardio. Third chance for Eliza. Faida goes up for it.
Wow.
And the smash. Down by only 3.
FEU is still alive in this match. 3 points away.
3 straight points again for them. Alinsug. FEU keeps it up. Pump set. Tagaod with the adjustment. Easy pickings for Hardio. Solomon. And there is the 30-point bomb officially. From also winning the match, FEU 4 points down here in set 4.
Having 4,
In the arena, not giving up. Down by 3 points again. 18 serving 21. Second serve by Jazz. Lamina.
Ooh.
No connection found. Jers with a clear out. Pump set to Faida. Back with NU. Alinsug goes for it. Bella to cover. With a coverage. And Pangilinan scores off of Jazz's hands.
Wanting to close out this match, just 3 points away.
22 serving 18. NU 3 points away. Picked up by Alinsug. Hardio. Back
It's
sets.
set.
Belen!
Wow!
What a time for her to get that one. And are now 2 points away from winning this one.
You know, that was a nice set from Shaira.
This time picked up Ubaldo to Faida with her offhand. Here it goes. Belen with a finisher.
And NU closing out this match in just 4 sets.